Ladies and gentlemen, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and happy whatever holiday you are celebrating this season. Welcome to episode 147.
Yes, you got it.
Of the Uncovering podcast. Once again, we are joined by a guest, Sid from Bitcoin Live. I don't even know if it's fair to call him a guest at this point.
I know.
Unofficial third.
He was on
member.
last week too.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us again, Sid.
Happy to be here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yes, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Too, buddy.
And do you guys say Merry Christmas or say Happy Holidays? I feel like Happy Holidays came in as a new thing, right? In the past decade. It's always been Merry Christmas.
Right? I always call Merry Christmas. I don't care.
Yeah,
I celebrate Jesus' birthday, man.
Yeah, I typically say Merry Christmas, and that's what we celebrate in the Topher household. But right. We've got international listeners now, and I have to take them into consideration when I'm wishing everyone a happy holiday season.
That's true. I think that's where it came in, right? Was politics, or just not hurting people's feelings, or certain people's feelings.
Yeah. Also, nobody care about happy holidays anymore, because I remember 5 years ago it was happy holidays everywhere, even in the malls. But I think everyone turned back to Merry Christmas. Yeah. Now I went to the mall; it was all like everywhere. It was Merry Christmas.
That's
so. I think that was a phase, and it died out.
Yeah, it's like almost the woke phase, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a worse phase anyway. And COVID narrative destroyed that, because after COVID, people just woke up.
COVID swung the other direction.
Yeah, I was going to say COVID destroyed everything. Really, it woke even the government agenda and propaganda, because it woke up a lot of people that they'd never woken up, right, to what evil governments can be.
Yeah, it was terrible for most of the people. Like, a lot of people lost their business, especially restaurant businesses.
Yeah,
it was good for me, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, because I was working.
Yeah,
a very shitty job. It was like a very shitty company where I was working, and because of the COVID lockdown, they were like, there was no work, so they gave us they laid us off, and that was the best thing happened to me. This is when I struggled, and now I'm way more independent.
Oh, very cool. So, but what did they give you, like a 3 month severance or something?
So what happened in Canada? If your company laid you off, government gonna cover your salary. It was happening like that. Not the full salary, but it was like 50% of your salary. 50% was enough for me to survive. I'm a lone guy, so it was amazing. So it gave me time to find some more work to do. To be independent. Before I was
find yourself, exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And I had a lot of debt, and because of the COVID, that thing was stopped and everything. So it was like a blessing for me, but it's just one case. But I know everyone else suffered.
Yeah, I believe there's a silver lining and everything. Something similar happened to us too, because it was so much easier to get loans and grants. Actually, all this money was available.
Yeah,
and it helped us get our company out of debt. We actually paid off the debt, and it did help in that sense. But now we're all dealing with inflation. Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you for that. But now, there's no free lunch because of that. Prices are just through the roof.
But it should not be free anyway, because it was our tax dollars, right? Government, so why you are creating this whole thing? I think the whole financial system need to be replaced. This whole debt thing, just abolish this, create a new system.
Yeah,
nobody is benefiting from it.
The thing is, though, you can't have an aristocracy or a ruling elite if you don't have debt, right?
Exactly.
Well, and God forbid we take any power away from the elites, or make the billionaires just a little less rich. I mean, we can't have that. This is the United States, for God's sakes.
Yeah,
exactly. They need their yachts. More. We need more than one yacht, actually. And
COVID was really funny for me because of the job I was working at the time. Nothing really changed. I still had to go into work, and I was just thrilled, because it was like 2.5 years of no traffic. It was just, everything was a lot quicker, and for that,
that's right.
Of course, it quickly turned into drinking excessively, which had its own,
that's
path.
A good point. A lot of us got into that. I remember even here, I think we were doing it every day or something. So thankfully that's over. But it was just normal for everyone to just be pounding alcohol.
Because and that was a symptom due to, you can't go out and have dinner with your friends and family and all that shit unless it's, you want to go to Target with your best friend or something, or Walmart.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone's just stuck at home.
Mom and pop.
Target is, I think they closed Target in Canada. I don't see Target anywhere here now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think after COVID that happened, that was like a bad thing. Like there is no Target. At least I don't see it anymore. All the the malls Target have, like the Target shops, there's something else over there now. I think Target just wind up their business in Canada. Or maybe there are a few branches, but who knows?
It was a horrible time. It really was. But we are going to talk about our top 10.
I was going to
go ahead. No, you do. You're much better anyway.
Okay. That I introduced Sid. That is, I have a need to know Adam.
Oh,
and
anyway.
I am Tofero, and today we are doing the year in review. We are going to cover the top 10 UAP, in our opinion, the top 10 UAP and UAP related stories that happened over this past year.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, there was a huge list, and then there was a lot of sightings as well. But I think we did come up with a nice list together. The first one, and you guys might appreciate this, is even though it happened, even though it was happening in the end of 2024, this happened in the beginning of 2025. Yes, and it was, if you guys remember the New Jersey drones and that was going on.
Of course, how can I forget?
Yeah. Well,
this was
Trump
a huge story.
It was, and part of getting Trump elected was everyone was asking him about the New Jersey drones. What are you going to do about the New Jersey drones? I mean, it was such a big deal, right? It was in Congress. It was in the cities. The mayor, the governor of New Jersey, the mayor of the cities, like they were every single day. There was like, what the hell are these things? They're in our skies. We can't shoot them down. We can't get close to them. And, it was getting up to a point where I think, it was the Trump's first day in office that he had to answer this question. That's how big of a deal it was.
It was big, but I do remember even like, at the height of the New Jersey drone sightings, people were talking about seeing them crash and all this stuff, and we never got any hard proof or evidence. Yeah. But I do remember those stories kept coming out over and over again.
And and there was so much interest from the people. I mean, one of our most successful episodes was the invasion of the mystery drones episode, and there was do you remember like some of those were so strange, like they had like these wheels within a wheel going, and like it wasn't just drones, it was like bizarre stuff flying
drones
around New Jersey.
Drones, I think, was just kind of like a catch-all term. I mean, most of them did not look anything like drones, at least ones we the public know about.
Yeah,
right, exactly. So I mean,
some of them look like drones, by the way. Because I've seen a lot of them. It wasn't just in New Jersey. There were a lot of them in Vancouver. Anyway, they are still here. I can still see them. They are there.
Yeah, they do look like drones, like fixed-wing aircraft, right? The lights are a bit different,
and they have a specific movement because they move like in a line, and then they just like they are on a grid pattern.
Interesting, really.
Yeah, so they go to one point and then do a right turn a little bit and then go straight there. So they have like a grid pattern, and there are like multiple drones at the same time. I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, if you're still seeing them, that is strange. Is there any noise when you see them?
No, but they are like far away. So even if there is a noise, I can't hear it. They're like high above and then, like, further.
Are you near a military base?
No.
Huh. Very strange.
But I'm near mountains.
There you go. All right. Maybe there's a base there.
Maybe there is a base there.
So of course, here's Leavitt, the White House press secretary. I think it was the first day on the job, right? She was very excited, and here's her giving.
Can you imagine this being your first day on the job? Oh, God.
Wait, let's see the date. Yeah, I think it was January. Oh, January 28th. So, when did he come in? 25th? Is that when it happens?
I'm trying to. I don't know off the top of my head. That's something 28th. I should know. I feel like it is. It is like late January.
Yeah, so it's a few. So I think January 20th is when the new president comes in, something like around that. So yeah, it's one of her first days.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office from President Trump directly. an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy. And before
this was the first rug pull, I think, that Trump did.
Yeah.
Right?
Biggest rug pull, yeah. No, I think biggest one was his Trump coin. After that, it was this.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes. He made $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still chanting for them to release the New Jersey drone files. I know everyone's on Epstein right now, but
yeah, even if they release it, it will be blacked out. Everything will be blacked out.
Just like Epstein, right?
Yeah,
just like Epstein.
And then what was part of that came out though was the Cybertruck bomber. If you guys remember that.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten about this.
Yeah, and this guy wrote a letter that was read on what's his name's Sean Ryan. Yeah, Sean Ryan's show. And this guy had a manifesto. Just so we summarize it. So, okay, this guy was a Green Beret, right? Or Special Forces, something like that.
Green Beret.
Green Beret. And he was trucking throughout the United States. He got this Cybertruck. He put I think it was fireworks in there. So it wasn't even like bombs, just fireworks that he bought. He put in there. He wrote his manifesto and he blew himself up in front of a Trump Tower in Vegas. And he wanted to basically bring attention to the drones that were flying over New Jersey and other military places. And if you guys remember, he said that there were Chinese drones and that they have a breakthrough in anti-gravitics and stuff like that.
Now I remember this pretty well.
Yeah.
But it could also be a deception from government.
Definitely.
For sure. Oh yeah. I mean, it could be a complete psyop because that's what they do, and they muddy the waters.
Yep.
Because I remember when we covered this, there was something to do with his body, right, Topher? Or it wasn't really him. There was something in there where the DNA was not his, or something to do with his daughter. I can't really remember now, but there was something.
I don't remember. I do remember us talking about it, but
yeah,
there was something. I mean, always with these things, there's always fishy evidence that doesn't add up properly, like it's supposed to, right? They always screw something up when they try and do these things.
It never fits perfectly.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember exactly, but I remember that the body in there, some people said it wasn't even a real person. It was either a dead body or some sort of like a mannequin or something. But that person, there's like a conspiracy going on that this person set that up and then he moved to Mexico.
Exactly, because he was also scared that they were following him, right? He was scared.
Yes.
At least that's what he said. Yeah. All right. Let's play this famous clip.
So this email came in on December 31st at 10:42 a.m. That is Tuesday. He said, "In case I do not make it to my decision point or onto the Mexico border, I am sending this now. Please do not release this until 1 January and keep my identity private until then. First off, I am not under duress or hostile influence or control. My first car was a 2006 black Ford Mustang V6 for verification. What we have been seeing with drones," he puts that in quotes, he says drones, "is the operational use of gravitic propulsion systems powered aircraft by most recently China and the East Coast, but throughout history, the US. Only we in China have this capability. Our OPSEN, that's Operations Center, our OPSEN location for this activity is in the box below. China has been launching them from the Atlantic from submarines for years, but this activity recently has picked up. As of now, it is just a show of force, and they are using it similar to how they used the balloon for SIGINT and ISR, which are also part of the integrated comms system. There are dozens of those balloons in the air at any given time. The so what is because of the speed and stealth of these unmanned aircraft. They are the most dangerous threat to national security that has ever existed. They basically have an unlimited payload capacity and can park it over the White House if they wanted. It's checkmate. The U.S. government needs to give the history of this, how we are employing it and weaponizing it, how China is employing them and what the way forward is. China is poised to attack anywhere in the East Coast. I've been followed for over a week now from likely Homeland or FBI, and they are looking to move on me and are unlikely going to let me cross into Mexico, but won't because they know I am armed and I have a massive VBID. Let me pause right there for a second. So he says a massive VBID. When I was talking to the FBI yesterday, they didn't know what a VBID was. I had to explain what that acronym meant, literally.
You fucking serious?
Dead serious. I said it twice and he goes, you said that word VBID. Can you tell me what that is? For your audience, a VBID, for your audience who has not been in the GWAT for the last 20 years, a VBID is a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. In layman's terms, a car bomb, what we saw at Trump Tower. So backing up, he says, I am armed and have a massive VBID. I've been trying to maintain a very visible profile and have kept my phone, and they are definitely digitally tracking me. Here's where he gets into the other stuff. And this is where we had to redact the names. Well, your producer redacted the names. I have knowledge of this program and also war crimes that were covered up during airstrikes in Nimruz province, Afghanistan in 2019 by the admin, DOD, DEA, and CIA. I conducted targeting for these strikes of over 125 buildings. 65 were struck because of civcas, that's civilian casualties, that killed hundreds of civilians in a single day. U.S. FORA continued strikes after spotting civilians on initial ISR. It was supposed to take 6 minutes and scramble all aircraft in CENTCOM. The UN basically called these war crimes, but the administration made them disappear. I was part of that cover-up with U.S. FORA, an agent redacted of the DEA. So I don't know if my abduction attempt is related to either. I worked with redacted IO staff on this as well as the response to Bala Murghab. Redacted commander at the time, redacted can validate this. You need to elevate this to the media so we avoid a world war because this is a mutually assured destruction situation. Then he says, for vetting, my LinkedIn is Matt Berg or Mathew Livelsberger, an active duty 18 Zulu out of 110, that's 1st Battalion 10th Special Forces Group. My profile is public. I have an active TSSCI with UAP, USAP access.
What is you?
Damn, man. I mean, I remember. I just remembered now that the FBI did confirm, right? Didn't they confirm that he wrote that he sent the email?
Yeah, there was like a whole conspiracy going on against Sean Ryan that he fabricated all this email and this whole story. Then FBI came out and then confirmed that it was
a real
email.
Yeah. And then something came out on 4chan. This is from Ruby. But it was on no, was it 4chan or Reddit? No, I think it was 4chan.
I think it was 4chan.
Yeah, it gets more in the details of it. It was really a strange story, that's for sure. And yes, maybe parts of it are sci. Maybe this part of it was the 4chan one. Maybe this is their way because this one had way more weirder stuff in it. Superconscious AGI he was talking about, consciousness programming. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely weird. And if he's gonna blow up something in front of Trump Hotel, also he wants attention on this thing.
Yeah,
you know. And it's not crazy to think that China is on par with us with reverse engineering. I mean, we know they have a program, just like we have a program, and Russia has a program.
I feel like any major developed country has some sort of similar program.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Right? Exactly.
No, this is like a fact they are doing that. But the problem is, like, I don't think they will send their highly advanced vehicles to U.S. borders.
Yeah, I had that issue too. So maybe it was ours, and it was just a way to also tell, I don't know, bring awareness to China's. Because I'm not, I wouldn't be surprised if China has it. But yeah, why would they do it over the East Coast? It's insane to do that.
Yeah, they send like the balloons. That's what they do. They are not sending their high, because if US capture that, then US have that technology. I don't think China is that stupid. Also, it could cause a major incident in the world.
Yeah, could be testing capabilities, but you're right, Sid. I mean, that's pretty high stakes.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is. So yeah, we'll leave all these links as well if people want to go back and visit this definitely weird event that happened.
Now, Adam, really quick, if someone wanted to see all these things that we're talking about in today's show and in any show that we do, where would they find the links?
Well, you'll find them under all of our episodes in the show notes. So all you have to do is just open the description and then you'll see the full show notes for every single episode. We'll do the same thing for this one as well.
Well, no kidding. That seems super easy. That's something anyone could do, right?
Yeah, and I don't think many people do that, you know, to give are that transparent where, you know, don't just trust what we're saying. You can go ahead and look at the information yourself and make up your own mind. You know, we're not trying to.
Yep.
We're not
always do your own research.
Exactly. Yes. We give the power back to the people. Also, the congressional hearing happened, this is where Borland came out.
Congressional hearing is like number 2 in the list, or is it the part of the number 1?
This
we need to tell people that we are.
Oh yes, this is number 2. This is number 2.
Number 2. Awesome.
Yes. The congressional hearing is number 2. Let's just make sure if that's because that one was what's his name was connected to the drones.
Yeah.
So congressional hearing, and this is when Borland came out. What's his name? Nusetti? What is that? His name? Nusetti. But Borland and also Immaculate Constellation, which we'll get into more. Immaculate Constellation and Mathew Brown, those were big ones that came out. But here is a clip with Borland talking about what he saw, because he works at Langley Air Force Base, and he was part of. He says he knew the Legacy program, and he was part of different UAP programs as well within the U.S. government. And his story is pretty sad because they came after him really hard. I don't know if you guys remember. They put him in into like mental health. Basically, they were giving him drugs. They were trying to brainwash him. They were trying to get him to kill himself. He tells a really scary story where he woke up at night. Yeah,
that strategy's worked before.
Exactly.
Richard Doty, if anybody want to search the whole story.
Yes,
search this name, Richard Doty.
Right. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, he did that to Benowitz.
Yeah,
he drove the man crazy.
And he fucking got away with it too.
Yeah. And then not just got away, he just write a book about that I did that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This world is insane, man.
He is insane. And he left Twitter, apparently, or X, because people just caught on to him. And probably because of what Red Panda and Chupacabra did to him. Taking clips, right? I mean, we love those researchers. They don't care, man. If you are not true, if you are a liar, if you are trying to manipulate the narrative, then they're going to come after you, which is great. We need people like that.
Exactly.
Yes, we do.
So here's just Borland going through his story that we can listen to, but of course the audience can go and listen to the entire congressional hearing, this was a really good one, I think.
Great question, ma'am. So on the base, I lived in the barracks. There was a little smoke pit outside. I was there on the telephone and looking across to the flight line, and I see a white light pop up and stop about 100 feet in the air. I thought it was a weather balloon. I've seen tests from there before, weeknight, normal thing, not surprising. I actually finished my cigarette and I began walking up towards the flight line. There is a track, and because I was on 3 months of night work, I would walk the track at night when we were weathered down. And as I began walking towards the flight line and the track, the light then flies across the base, across the flight line, and as it flies to me, a triangle manifests around the light. I can't tell you if it's active camouflage. I can't tell you if it appeared around the light, but I can tell you that it was a white light and then it was a triangle. It stopped about 100 feet in front of me and approximately 100 feet above me. My telephone got extremely hot, completely froze, dead. I remember how thick it was. It was between 1 to 2 stories thick, equilateral triangle. I could never see the top of it, and the edges were 90 degrees. There were 4 lights in total, 1 light on each corner and a larger light in the center, 2 to 3 times the size of the corner lights. But what was really odd was the outside. The best way to describe it is like looking at a James Webb telescope picture where you have the colors and then the black background. So the craft itself was this black metallic flake paint, but on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. I'm under this for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then the center light flashes 2 to 3 times, no sound, immediately shoots up to commercial jet level minimum, in my opinion. and I immediately feel static electricity all over my body. And then I smell the smell of after a thunderstorm or lightning storm, that really strong summer thunderstorm smell. Gets up to flight level. I'm trying to get my phone reset, and I can only see the center light at this point. If I didn't actually see it take off, I would have thought it was a star. And then it hovers up there and it begins to slowly move due east out over the Atlantic Ocean. I finally got my phone reset. The entire thing was about, from the time I saw the light pop up near the hangar until it took off out over the ocean, was about 15 minutes.
Damn.
And following up to that question,
Damn, man, that's such a crazy story.
Yeah.
Sounds like a low orbit satellite to me.
Yeah, but it's going from down to up, right? So it's not.
No, I was kidding. I was a low orbit satellite.
Very, extremely low orbit satellite, plasma orbit, satellite.
Yeah. But also, like, we can vouch, Topher and I, because we have seen some things like that. Which looks like stars, but they are not stars. We know that they appear and disappear
Right.
randomly.
Right. So I mean, now if we have this, and I would be surprised if we do, right? I would be surprised at all. But if we do, I mean, why? And I've thought about this before. Like, why are there even wars in the world? And yes, because wars are profitable, and they want to just profit. They want to squeeze every single profit out of every single system they can. Right? They don't want to change anything. So maybe that's why these things don't show up, or are used. Or then there's cooperation happening with other NHI and our government, which again has been in the lore for decades, right? And that's what this is what Borland witnessed, was them leaving after some cooperation. I don't know. It's just so bizarre.
But also, we need to consider the enemies of United States, like China and Russia, are constantly monitoring. If they see something like that, it will be detected by their satellites. So I don't think government will do such crazy tests, because then your enemies will know that.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So I think there's more than just like US building those things.
Yeah, but it just shows you the potential of these technologies and how it can just really change our reality. To we're just stuck in some Truman Show, some post World War II 1950s Truman Show.
And there is another thought. If we on multiple occasions, many occasions, have talked about kind of the underlying secret government, right? If they truly if this organization is international, which is with all intents and purposes it seems to be, then they don't really care what government sees them in the skies, what military sees them in the skies, because they don't have to answer to anybody.
Right. Or they own all of them. If it's really like, if it goes back to like the central bankers, everyone uses central bank, and everyone uses the IMF, and and so international, and that countries are just their playthings. Countries are not really real.
Yeah, it's countries are for us, the people, not for them, the rich elites.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. The trillionaires. So, and then part of that, and this is part of the congressional hearing, and you also sent this, Sid, is the new video that was shared, which was this weird tic-tac looking thing, and it was in Yemen, and it was shot by a Hellfire missile that goes just right through this thing, or bounces off.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, this is one of the great ones. And there it is. It looks like a drone's taking the image, right? And then another drone shoots it.
Yeah.
And you can see how it's not, it moves. Even though it's moving straight, the actual craft is rotating slowly.
Yeah.
Right?
And the weird part is after, like, it hits.
We covered this on the show, Adam.
Huh? Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you remember that or not. Because I'd never remember anything. So, but I do remember this one very well, because we were talking about possibly the ejector seats in the back. That's what sticks. That's what's in the back. Remember that?
Yeah, but this is the weird part, that those three things which separated from the craft constantly followed it. It didn't just drop down. That was the weird part.
And most people don't show the rest of the clip, which it's not falling to the ground. They're saying, It probably fell. It probably fell. It didn't. It keeps going.
Yeah.
The craft and it turns. Look at it. It's turning like nothing happened to it. Like do. And that's right. We did talk about this, Topher, where we said, and maybe that's why we left Yemen, is because of these things, and and maybe angels were protecting the Houthis.
Yeah, to be honest, like that war with Yemen and the Arab world, which was like 43 countries versus Yemen, and Yemen is not even a country, and all 43 countries lost for some reason.
It is weird. It is weird.
And those 43 countries were using US weapons. They have everything, and there is something crazy going on.
Yeah, and maybe that's why we just pulled out. We're like, screw this. These guys are not. These guys are not gonna.
The brass was like, we can't blow them up with machine guns and missiles. We gotta get the hell out of here.
Exactly. And look at these objects; they're exactly the same. It's not. People were saying they're parts of a balloon, right? If it's a part of a balloon, they will be random.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be the exact same objects.
Yeah, and it's not even if they were not even same, but they are following. That's the weird part. How they are still following.
Well, there was also theories that this plasma shield was protecting them, and it did get knocked out a little bit, and it knocked them out. Something like that. Who knows, man? It's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
Great. This was a great, probably I'd argue the best video footage we got.
That's the best one. I don't think those go fast one or like the gimbal one, they were nothing compared to this. You have like something serious over here. Yeah. And it also shows that we actually interacted with them. The previous videos, they were just videos which we recorded. This one is like we did attack.
Do you remember the one in Afghanistan? There's one out of Afghanistan where they caught these things in infrared. It was like two of them, and they were like dropping. I don't know. It looked like molten metal or something.
Oh, yes.
We shot a Hellfire, and it exploded on both objects, and then nothing happened to the objects.
It's crazy, man.
It is. I think what's crazy is shooting at them.
Yeah, that's like the craziest part. By the way, it's not just US. Also, like even in the list, I just added one where Chinese attacked the UFO.
That's right. I saw that one. Yeah. But that looked like a comet that they hit or something, right?
No, they hit something in the sky. I don't think we hit. No, it can't be comet. If comet was going to hit Earth, that would be a biggest news on Earth, right? Comet, even asteroid, but if it's a meteor disappeared anyway, right? So I don't think they were gonna do it. But even if a big object like a meteor is coming to hit some city, the government will know, because Chinese knew that, right? So they would have warned people.
Right.
It was something else.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here's that actually the Chinese one, because that happened this year as well. This one was in September of 2025.
Yeah, it's
the UFO.
Very recent. Yeah.
No sound here. Oh, there it is. Well, so something was coming into their airspace, which is this, and then they shot it down.
Yeah. I think it's the other way around. I think the red ball is the missile, and the white thing, the small one, which is going to hit. Yeah, this one is the UAP, because it looks like it's standing still and it comes and hit.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
so everyone is thinking that the red ball is the meteorite. No, that's a missile, and the white thing is the UFO.
I see it. Yeah.
And I think based on where the debris goes, I mean, I'm not an expert on explosions or anything, but just based on the debris seems to follow the direction that the red part of the image or video was showing. I think you're right, Sid. That looks more like the missile to me.
Yeah,
coming from top. So it was launched from the air
into
this onto this thing, because right here, look at that. Oh no,
it's coming. So I think it's coming behind the clouds. So no, it's launched from the Earth. You can see that.
Yeah.
If you go at the start, so it's coming from like somewhere on the ground. Look, there is a trajectory. So what was happening? They were like giving a wrong video. They were cutting the starting part, initiation. The actual thing is that UFO, which doesn't look like a meteor at all, because it's moving very slow.
It looks like a tic tac.
Yeah. So this, I think that's why it's a very important thing, because like there were a lot of misinformation regarding this video, and I think it's a clear proof that Chinese were shooting UFOs.
Honestly, we didn't even cover that one, to be honest.
I was gonna say I don't think we touched it either. I'm embarrassed.
I don't remember seeing it.
We're bad at our jobs.
No, the reason was like there was like a misinformation coming, and everybody was pretending that this red ball was a meteor and the white thing was a missile, but it was totally opposite. That's why people didn't pay attention.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, what came out after, so this is number 4, is Mathew Brown, and his interviews. He revealed a lot in the interviews. He did 3 different ones, so we can just play some short clips. But he also wrote up the Immaculate Constellation document, which was submitted to the congressional hearing as well. And it just proves that there was an SAP under in the president's in the executive branch, and it was formed after the 2017 New York Times article, and these things started coming out. So they wanted to have a centralized area and use the tools of the government, like the NRO and all the satellites, to watch these things. And he came up and saw the documents and wrote up, what they've seen. Like one of them was they knew the Russians were out in the ocean looking at a triangular craft, right? It's like the Russians either were in communication with this craft or knew that this craft would show up, and we were there spying on them. So that was one of the incidents in the report. So, which also just shows that all these countries are in communication and reverse engineering and have all this knowledge. Yeah. Which would make sense if you would put people to if you don't care about countries and you're super national, right? You would pit countries against each other, just like a
exactly
a competitive thing, and see who wins. You're financing.
Yeah, I mean, you can just, if you're playing at that high of a level, yeah. I mean, it's like you just said earlier. I mean, the country lines don't really matter. You can test, you can gamble, you can do all this other stuff, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah. And Mathew Brown almost says something like that. He says that they're an international group and that they don't really care, about the United States. Here, George Knapp asks Mathew, who are they? Who are piloting these crafts? And he answers.
Yeah, so it was labeled 2018 Shriver War Game. Might have been brief or something else, but that's it. There's nothing about that screams, it's a very interesting thing. In fact, usually a lot of war game briefs are pretty boring. So there's nothing that stood out about it.
Accidental exposure for you.
100%.
You go into it, and what do you see?
There's just a generic title slide. There's a banner without classification markings that just said.
All right, we actually played this last week. Now I'm remembering.
Well, I wasn't here.
With Sid. No, I know, but
so it doesn't count.
Well, there's another clip of him, which would probably be more interesting, because I think people by now probably understand.
I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied. You can tell a responsible adult.
Yes, you can tell a responsible adult.
Was flying these things that crashed. Somebody built these things that are being reverse engineered. Who's that somebody?
Oh, yeah.
And why don't they come forward? I mean, you may not have seen that in a document or a file or something somewhere, but you've thought about it. You're a smart guy. What are your thoughts on the big picture questions? Who are they? Why are they here? Why don't they show us what's going on?
I think I have a good degree of confidence that the reason they're here is us. I think life, especially sentient life, is a precious thing. And I think to some, it might be a resource. I think humanity to some level is a resource for them.
Like a commodity?
Scary thought.
Possibly a commodity, possibly form of entertainment, possibly medical related.
Think they live here?
Yes.
For all intents and purposes?
Yes.
Always?
I don't know about always, but it certainly appears that they have been here for most of recorded history. At least some element of this has been here for most of human recorded history.
You think we would see them if they didn't let us see them? Even with our more advanced sensors, that they pop up, but they can also disappear. And do they allow us to get these glimpses? Is that a game of some sort, I wonder? Or an education?
This is our one that I could not understand if it is a game. I think they're both just as powerful as we think, but also less. And I think there is not a single they here. Certainly multiple factions of the same species, if not multiple species. And all the complexity that brings, which might be our best hope.
Do they have an agenda? There's different types. What are your philosophies on this? Like, who are the others? Why are they here? And you've touched upon it. I know we're kind of going back a little bit, but that is the big question. And I just wanted to separate so people understand your exposure and your personal conclusions.
So I have been exposed to no direct information on the anatomy, biology, intentions, culture, politics.
Never came across those files?
Never came across those. I think those are all some of the deepest secrets.
Right. They would be if this is correct information.
Mathew Brown is famous also to saying that after seeing all this, that God is real, and he never elaborates on that. And I feel like a lot of these whistleblowers come to that conclusion, right?
It's interesting. We've touched on the show before, but there's a lot of, if not religion, but at least spirituality that always gets tied up into this.
Right. And probably because it's got consciousness is part of the equation, right? I think our physics is missing the consciousness element of it. We delve in that a little bit with quantum mechanics and quantum entanglement and saying that consciousness can affect it, but we've never really integrated it. And I bet you these civilizations have integrated that into their science and physics.
Definitely. Also, the things he was explaining, that they are here, they are appearing and disappearing at will. If they want us to see, then we can see them. If they don't, then we won't be able to see them. This is described in scripture as well, like jinns.
Yeah,
they are like that.
Yeah,
they can take human form. They can appear and disappear at will. So what they're describing is like a creature which was a legend even before like religion. In Arab, there was a legend of jinns anyway.
Right. Yeah, and they're interdimensional. They're plasma beings. So when we look at these plasma things, and so, but can they make craft? Right. I mean, I know that they can shift themselves.
They don't even need, because what we think it's a craft doesn't mean it's a craft. It could be just that being taking another form and flying, and we think that's a craft, but maybe it's just that thing.
Yeah, I mean, the stories of the scripture are crazy. I mean, isn't there one story? Man, I'm forgetting now the details, but there was one about Queen Sheba, a jinn. Who was it? Was it King David?
No,
King
Solomon.
Solomon. So, okay, yes. So he wanted her throne or something, right?
Yeah.
And didn't a jinn go in a split second and grab it for him?
No. So King Solomon was sitting in his palace. There were jinns, and then there were humans. Yeah. So he said to his council, which was composed of both of the humans and jinns, that who can bring me her throne faster? So jinn said, I can do it before you stand up from your throne. And then a human said, I can do it before you even blink your eyes. Whoa. And then the human went in and brought it. I don't know how he did that, but
that's the story.
It's in the Quran as well. It's not like a hadith. It's so that human, and his name was, I'm forgetting his name, but his name is also mentioned. But this man did that, and then Solomon said he did it because he had the knowledge of the book.
Whoa, man! For some reason now, what got into my head was the Varginha alien talking to the doctors, saying how he feels sorry for humans and that we have so much potential and that we could do what they could do. That's what popped in my head when you said it. So maybe that human had some knowledge.
Yeah. So this is Solomon's test, and he wanted to show the world that humans are more powerful if they have the proper knowledge. And this
That's
is
really
what
cool,
the
man.
moral of the story, that humans are better than jinns in just in knowledge.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Thanks for that. I had no idea.
Yeah,
No idea.
totally.
So yeah, Mathew Brown, he is so cool, and maybe we should try to get him on the show. I think he's open to that. Actually, he's cool that way. He's open to a lot. You don't have to be like a huge platform or anything like that. So I think he'll be a good one to have on, asking some really cool questions about.
We should definitely try and reach out.
Okay, yeah, he's a cool guy. He's chill. Of course, we can't forget about Three-Eye Atlas.
Sorry, before we go there, I remember the name. His name was Asif bin Barkia, the man who brought that throne.
And so he was just a normal human. Was he royalty? Was he?
No, he was just a
was
council member. But he was like an intelligent man who was like a council. When there's a king, there's like a council of a king.
Right. Yes. Yes.
He was one of the member council. His name was Asif.
Interesting, man. I'm gonna. Are there any deep dives on the guy? Like more information? Because
not on just the guy, but what it said about the guy is that he had the knowledge of the book. So he was like a very intelligent, and basically he have the knowledge, and I think he has some technology as well, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if all this is being kept from us, so we don't know our potential, so we can be controlled. Yeah.
I think his teleportation is described, that this man knew how to teleport stuff from one place to another.
It's done with his mind or technology? Well,
no, this is not explained like how he did that. The story is like the jinn said I can do it in minutes, and he said I can do it in seconds, and he did that in seconds.
All right. Well, I'm glad you corrected me, because I had a completely different story in my head, and yours is so much cooler.
It's not like a hadith, right? Where you can have opinion. It's like a story in the scripture,
right?
So
it's in the scripture.
So there is no opinion on that. Like jinn brought it or no, that human brought it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to number 5, and we can't do a top 10 of 2025 without Three-Eye Atlas.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this thing,
of course.
I wanted to
this
put
is
this
the biggest story of 2025.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Because we did it over like 5 episodes, so it was happening for a very long time. But this was the first one that came out, and you can just see how they set it up. This is Bricks News. I don't know. There was some. They were not like.
Well, you could tell it was a big story, because I was hearing people. There were people who would ask me like, "Hey, have you heard about this Three-Eye Atlas thing?" I'm like, "Yeah, man," but it's just like normal people who don't have a care for this kind of stuff were asking questions about it. That's how big of a story this was.
Yeah, exactly. So these guys say, just in, possibly hostile alien threat detected, an unknown interstellar object, NYP reports. A mysterious intergalactic object could potentially be a hostile alien spacecraft that's slated to attack our planet in November, according to a new study by a small group of scientists.
Well, of course they frame it like that. I mean, 9 out of 10 alien movies, what are they about? They're about aliens and UFOs and blowing up our buildings and stuff like that. I mean, it's no surprise they would couch it that way. It is frustrating, though,
Yeah, and it is how you're right. It's how they get our attention. It's how we got the attention of Congress, right? I mean, Chris Mellon and those guys, they have a narrative threat. They say is because that's the only way Congress will even listen to them. That's what they say the excuse is for having a threat like that.
I can see it in that regards.
Right, because people don't move unless they're scared, right? Unless they're fearful of something. Something will be taken away from them, like either money, stature, their life, even.
Yeah. On that note, it's funny how when our rights get taken away, no one seems to bat an eye.
Yeah, because they know they'll clamp down even more. But it is nuts.
I don't. Yeah.
Or they're just cowards, or they're apathetic and just don't give a shit.
Yeah,
which is even more sad, right?
Yep.
And so, who was the biggest proponent of Three-Eye Atlas? It was
Avi Loeb.
Yes, Avi Loeb, our scientist from Israel and Unit 8200 graduate. With no agenda there, right? I don't think he has an agenda.
None. Of course not. Don't be ridiculous, Adam.
No, he had an agenda because he wanted to be a billionaire without doing anything. That's his agenda.
To be fair, don't we all? I'd love to be a billionaire without doing anything.
Yeah, but I mean, most of us want to create something or give some new invention. I don't know. Okay, or maybe win the lottery, but like to scam the government in $1 billion is just a new kind of thing.
No, Adam, I'm a true American. I'll sell out everyone I love just for a chance to get $1 billion.
It is sadly part of our culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here he was on News Nation for one of his first whatever, and then I'll play another clip where he talks about the Messiah, which is pretty funny. And you can see he does, of course, has an agenda. I think it is money, Sid. You're right, but also he has to bring in, his own narrative about a Messiah and how.
Yeah.
I think he wanted. I think he wanted like Israel or like rabbis to be to represent humanity in case anything serious happens, right?
I also think he's doing that because if he have the backing of those, then he can easily achieve his $1 billion.
True. Yeah.
So I think. Yeah.
So all roads. Yeah, all
Yeah.
roads lead to the $1 billion.
Exactly.
You're saying.
Yeah.
I love it. That's hilarious.
What if an interstellar object whirling through our solar system is actually a nuclear-powered spacecraft?
Oh God! All right, wait. Just before we continue, it is important to note that it turned out to be just a normal comment, not normal, but it turned out to be an
Turned out to be a nothing burger, basically.
Yes, and even Avi Loeb, I think, capitulated and said so. Yeah.
Sent by aliens to test how humans respond. That's what a noted astrophysicist believes might be the case. And he says an image from the Hubble telescope backs him up. Most scientists agree that the so-called 3-Eye Atlas is a comet from another solar system. But Harvard scientist Avi Loeb claimed on this show a couple of weeks ago that it could actually be some type of alien technology. Now, that's a controversial opinion all on its own. But he's now going a step further, arguing that the 3-Eye Atlas could be a nuclear-powered alien spacecraft. Loeb says the Hubble picture appears to show the object emitting its own light. The object also appears to lack something that all comets have in common, and that's a tail. So what is this thing exactly? Well, joining us now is Avi Loeb. He's the head of the Galileo Project, director of Harvard University's Institute for Theory and Computation. He's also the best-selling author of the book Extraterrestrial. Great to have you back on the show. So you now say this is not only an alien spaceship, but it's nuclear powered? Why are you saying that?
Well, thanks for having me. First, I should say that if the light that we observe from this object is reflection of sunlight, its size needs to be bigger than Manhattan Island, 20 kilometers or so. And there isn't enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver a rock of that size earlier than 10,000 years from now. So the question is, what is it? And its orbit, the trajectory that it takes, is aligned with the plane of the planets around the sun to within 5 degrees. That's a chance of 1 in 500. And moreover,
I don't want to laugh. Okay, I like that he has an open mind. Okay, I'm not saying we should all have open minds. We need to ask these questions about anything entering our, instead of just saying, oh, it's a comment. I like that he's questioning it, but it's just funny. I mean, I don't think he should have chose something else. I mean, first of all, 1 out of 500 in space is nothing. I mean, sorry, yes. That's not a huge number when you talk about space. 1 out of 500, right?
Remember 9-degree thing?
Yeah, and the degree thing. What was it, 5% or something?
9 degree. 9 degree is like, yeah.
Yeah, 90. He said the wow signal. It's 9 degrees from where. Yeah, but if that's blown up or you keep doing the 9 degrees, it's like a galaxy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, I don't want to I don't want to have people think we're laughing for the wrong reasons here. We're not laughing because he's asking questions, right, about this object, and we should ask questions about these objects and have an open mind. And I don't want scientists to always say, oh, that's just a comet, that's just space debris, that's just the same answers they always do. So it's good he's doing that. It's too bad that he used this object to do that too.
I think it's a symptom of our media. I mean, like this, if a scientist goes, like, what if it's this, it always turns into every news anchor going, lead scientist out of Harvard or whatever claims that 3i Atlas is a nuclear powered doomsday weapon. It's like, no, they're just kind of throwing a hypothesis out there, and you idiots know that's going to create clicks.
Yeah. I mean, he did call it that probably it's nuclear powered.
No, I know, not a great example, but
no, but you're right. If you look at the titles are just way overblown about what he's saying, because he's still careful. If you listen to him carefully and go through all the interviews, he never 100% says it. So
possible deniability, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it got him on TV. It probably gave him book sales. So maybe it is money that he's just going after.
Yeah. Now I think when he's backtracking, I think he got a call from Area 51 that back off, maybe it's real and you won't see. So now I'm actually suspicious. Maybe 3i Atlas is something.
Well, it hasn't gone yet, right? Isn't it still, or is it gone?
Gone
it made
away
it
from
past Mars.
It's in our solar system anyway.
Yeah. But it's heading out soon, I think, right?
I
think so. Yeah,
it needs months.
Yeah, it did the flyby of Mars, and I think now there's nothing more significant in its path.
Yeah, it was closest to us, I think, on the 24th or something like that, or 26th. It was a Friday, the 24th. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is that clip I want you guys to hear. Who he wants to represent humanity.
There needs to be an international organization, because presumably the aliens don't care how we split territories on this earth. For them it's irrelevant, and this will be a problem for all humans. So there needs to be some coordination among all. We are all in the same boat. And just like President Reagan said, I do think it will bring people together. When you have an external threat, people tend to unite. And that, in a way, is a messianic era. If you think about the arrival of the Messiah, maybe that will come from another star, in the sense that it will bring peace to Earth among all humans. I hope so. I also hope that it will not endanger the future of humanity. And I hope that we could learn from any technologies that they might have that we don't have. We will learn about new science as well.
And now Avi did grow up on a kibbutz, so that's pretty cool. I mean, what he has come, he's the head of Harvard astronomy, isn't he? I mean, that's a impressive feat. It is. But
sure, the whole nothing to slouch at.
But the whole messianic era thing scares me, because it's based on their ideology and theology, which makes them, chosen by the creator, not like just chosen because they have money, like by the creator of the universe, and everyone else is just slaves. Is basically what the messianic era is, right?
Yeah. Especially when they talk about like Messiah, because when we talk about Messiah as Jesus, it's a whole different story. But when the Messiah is coming on a spaceship, it means it's not Jesus, it's someone else, which in our books is called Antichrist.
Right. Now, do you think if Jesus really did come back, right, do you think like we would shoot nukes at him?
It won't work. You can do whatever. What happened last time when Roman tried to crucify him? Nothing. So basically it's not gonna work. And I you know what I think, when Jesus arrives, I think there won't be any nukes at that time.
All right, let's hope.
I think we will use it before. I think Jesus will come
after the fact. Oh yeah, that's right. We're spoken about. It's after the Great War.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was 3i Atlas. Obviously, there was way more than that, because we're talking about almost like 6 months of it being in the news.
Yeah. Well, he milked it out, man. He actually earned a lot of money because of that.
He milked it. He was everywhere. He was on so many podcasts. He was even we covered this Topher where he acted like a diva, remember, with that one podcaster?
Yes.
You're just screaming at him and being disrespectful. Yeah, and
fun stuff.
And him saying he actually said that Avi didn't even believe that it was an alien thing. Before they recorded, he said, "Yeah, I don't even believe in this," and then he just switched once they were recording.
Man, yeah, that was fun.
Deception,
Number 6, and you also sent this, Sid, is the Buga Sphere, and
Yeah.
it was recorded and captured in Colombia, Tofero. You should go visit it, actually, if you have a
That
chance.
is not bad. I mean, I already sent you guys the video of the crop circle I found.
Yeah, I mean, if like other podcasters can go there, hey, why don't you just say you're representing the UAP podcast and you want to come see the Buga Sphere?
Hell, that's not a bad idea at all. Yeah, I might just do that.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, try to get some videos of it. So apparently this was the video that was caught before it descended, and then people captured it, or one of them.
Yeah. Orbs and metal spheres in general, they're what are they? Probably the most commonly seen UFO.
Yeah,
The oldest one.
yeah.
And the oldest one, yeah. But
Even
I mean,
Arrow talks about it.
Who?
It's very
Arrow.
compelling
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Arrow, yeah.
No, but they are in the newspaper of 15th century, 16th century. The first sighting is in 1561 in Nuremberg. Where
Oh,
the
yeah, that
alien,
one.
Yeah, alien battle happened.
Yeah, Mosan of course he's speaking Spanish, so we know what he's talking about.
I will. Give me 6 months.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good. We're gonna need some translations because a lot of this stuff comes out of South America.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot down here.
Yeah, you've sent a couple of videos.
Yeah.
Lights, but they're not moving. They're not blinking.
So to provide some context for the listeners, you guys, I've been stating for the last couple episodes how I was moving now, and within, the first couple nights I was here, we were seeing glowing orbs over the city where I'm at, and we filmed them. I sent the film to the guys. I mean, and I joked that, and it's true, like how hard it is to film glowing lights at night because it's not really compelling footage, but we're overlooking the city where we were staying. The airport's right there, and so we're seeing planes come and go. But in the meantime, we're also seeing these glowing orange orbs slowly cruising over the city.
Wow.
And in the videos, you can kind of see it, and it's kind of a theory that I was coming up with on the fly. But in the city, because it's the holiday season, they would have, there's things going on the ground, and they would have these spotlights in the sky flashing all over the place just as like decoration or whatever. And that's when the orbs would show up. And so I think they were kind of attracted to whatever lights that were, because there was one night when there were no clouds in the sky and you couldn't, the flashing of the lights from the ground reflecting off the clouds. It was a clear night. We didn't see any orbs that night. But yeah, I mean, I was seeing them pretty much every single night I was there. We've since we're in another city now, on the ocean, and we're not seeing the same thing, but we've got our eyes open. The whole family does at this point.
Maybe you'll see some USOs.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, I mean, if you just hang out on the beach. So they did lots of studies on this Buga Sphere. They're still studying it. Stephen Greer also is involved. I mean, the problem is it is impressive on the inside with these X-rays, right? There's definitely structures in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's seamless.
It's X-ray of what? They are X-raying what? Like a location?
They're
location?
X-raying the actual Buga Sphere.
Oh,
so this is
okay.
inside. This is inside.
Okay, inside the sphere. Okay.
This is inside, and then these dots are on the inside, but they match the etchings on the outside.
Whoa.
So,
Wow.
yeah. And then
That's
so
right.
They were, here they are. Yeah, see? So those are on the inside, but they're also on the outside when it looks like a chip, the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the other thing? The other X-ray that shows.
I don't know a lot about this story. So did they capture one of the sphere, or
They captured this one? Yeah.
Oh, they
yeah.
captured this one. Okay.
They captured it, and they're studying it. Of course, it's Mosan from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Where's? And then they just did it last week. They did a test. I'm looking for something else. So there's something that shows the real structure inside. This is showing some structure, but there was another structure that shows like it could be a plasma inside or some kind of mechanism to make it.
Do you guys remember that story? It was family that found a sphere out in their field, and they would bring it home, and they could whistle, and it would come to them, and it would roll and stop independently of being touched. Do you remember that story?
Yes, and from the 70s.
Yeah, AJ on the Y-Files covered it. That's a great one. But I mean, that was probably something very similar, because
yes,
the family did give the sphere to the government, and what they got back was a fake. And there was an ongoing lawsuit for a long time to get the stuff back, and they never did. Shocker, I know.
Never give anything to the government, that's for sure.
No, of course not.
If we find something, we are not telling it to the government. We'll discuss it in our podcast, but we are not telling government because it's useless.
And we'll have to
probably kill us anyway. So
yeah, exactly. There's no reason to really. What are they going to do with it except steal it?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think this has more of the studies into it.
That was observed. As Engineer Avila said, we can observe that there are 3 different densities that are involved. Let's let the video run a bit, and we'll have the image on screen any moment.
There it is.
This is the nucleus, and it's real. This is an image that was made of the sphere, that was made at the university. It's a tomography.
Could be a mushroom cloud.
As you can see, there are certain holes right here that are located at the equator, which is right here, right through the center. We got the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. When I saw this, I asked myself, once again, where's the energy source for it to levitate? Reason for which I started investigating how satellites have a cable and they can be charged through the cable. But see what he did. As you can tell, this Tesla tower, what if we grabbed the Tesla tower and we inserted it into the sphere? And since there's no river to generate those electrical charges, according to science, is only through friction. You should rub those materials together to create friction. And then I thought of this. Next image. When I generate electrical charge, we would have a field. But let's stop for a moment. Let's go back to the previous image, please. These charges are going to be distributed throughout the sphere, but there's something that is very important. There's a physical property within physics that tells you that the addition of magnetic fields that you can add to a sphere, they will counter-arrest each other. That's the Gauss law. The electrical field is equal to 0. But
we're definitely going to have anti-gravity soon. I mean, there's just so much information about people. Everyone's talking about plasma, electricity, Tesla, right? I mean, so
I disagree, just because I'm a pessimist, and I don't. I mean, the government might get it. We certainly won't.
I think they're trying to containing it looks like it's going to be way more difficult than it was in the past because of AI and the internet, and so yeah. I mean, they don't want us to have it. That's for sure.
Yeah. The government already had it, so it's not like they need to get it. They are not using it, but they have the technology. It's like the people, and the implication is like I think it will make star travel easier, right? Faster and easier,
right? Yeah, I mean, and it would just make life so much better and cooler, wouldn't it? Yeah. And yeah, and here's Danny Sheehan. Danny Sheehan was there, and Dr. Greer was also there.
Yeah, it's a big thing. This whole thing.
Yeah, so Topher, if you can really go see it, that'll be something else. And there was,
I will do my best. I don't. There isn't anything holding me back. So, yeah.
And it's called Buga, I guess, because it's from the city of Buga, I would think. Is that right? Is there a city there called Buga?
Not that I'm aware of. My brother would know, though.
Oh, okay. So they did this test the other day on this.
Oh, nice.
It's in Spanish, so I'm not going to put the. Yeah. So see, he was talking about how they need to rotate it. So they're saying that when they started to rotate it, it started creating anti-gravity effects. When they started rotating it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this reminds me of that story about the sphere that I, of course, can't remember.
I remember. I forget the name. That's all of the event. But yeah, I remember it was on their farm. It landed on their farm. He had it in the house. The news crews came, took pictures. I mean, videos of it too, and it was just moving by itself, right?
Yep.
And it was like hot or something. I remember.
It was it did a lot of things. That's the weird part. Like it did a lot of different things. They would whistle at it and they would play music to it and all this other stuff. Yeah.
So here they're measuring the magnetic field around it and the currents going through. So a lot of science is being done on these things. So I wouldn't say it's a hoax. I mean, could it be some kind of government psyop? Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, my mic was mute. I was saying Buga is a city in Western Colombia.
Oh, okay. So it is a city.
Perfect. Yeah.
Is Colombia big? I don't know.
Yeah, I said it like 5 times and I realized my mic was mute.
Yeah, that happens.
It does happen.
Yeah, a lot. So with this, we can prove the sphere generates its own energy, is what they're saying with this movement. So I guess his theory is right. He said if we do rotate this thing, it should create its own electric field. And it is.
Nice.
Now this,
well, here's hoping we'll be zopping around here in a couple of years.
I mean, it could be ancient technology. This thing could be it probably might have been flying around for who knows, hundreds of years, and it just ran out of juice. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the carvings doesn't look very modern. How about that? Definitely not alien.
Yeah, definitely not alien. It could be US technology and they deliberately dropped it so maybe people can find it. Because one faction wanted the disclosure and they dropped it in Colombia because US doesn't have much power in Colombia. It's like more like anti-America country. So that's why that happened.
Yeah, that's a good point because they do gift. So they might be gifting the people instead of the governments.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, exactly. We're in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, very cool. And then so next up will be number 7, and that is, and I'm sure you'd like this, Sid. It is going to be Jay Anderson's visit to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it was really big. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really big. Good for him. I've been following the guy forever. I do have some disagreements with how he does things, but in general, he is a good dude with good intentions, and that's what's important.
Yes.
And and it was a great interview. They talk about a lot of stuff, but in this clip, he goes after Lou Elizondo and his gang, which we've covered before on Bitcoin Live, if you guys remember.
Yes.
And remember we said it got our episodes canceled or taken out or stuff like that. And yeah. So I don't think that's going to happen now because Joe Rogan's doing it. So what is he going to do?
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, Lou was crying yesterday on Twitter. Everywhere, like he was going on different tweets and commenting, like he was like throwing tantrum.
Oh yeah. I'll show one of them after this. Yeah,
Good.
He was throwing tantrums. Was not happy, obviously, because this is the biggest show in the world, and Jay is very convincing. So let's take a listen.
I think I'm one of the first people that you've had on that had to actually make their way through the social media interactions. And one of the things that a lot of us noticed, and have to give credit to a couple of people like Red Panda Koala and Tupacabra on Twitter, two very good researchers that have been highlighting this, is that when the whole kind of 2017 narrative and Lou Elizondo and Chris Mellon and all these guys started coming out, obviously we were all extremely excited about it. Over time, you know, there were some issues, like some contradictions. Lou Elizondo especially has contradicted himself quite a lot. And some of us started to get a little bit suspicious of these people and just started asking questions. It didn't take long for us to be targeted by a pretty significant network online of people that were trying to hack and dox us, and people like, he hasn't put his actual name out there, but people like Red Panda Koala was doxed online, had his family house put out online, photos of his underage sister put out online by a group of individuals who are all very closely connected to Lou Elizondo. And this is something that you would not notice outside of being in the minutia of X, because you would see these troll accounts, these really nasty troll accounts that were all being followed by Lou. And when they were having their accounts shut down and reinstated, Lou was one of the first people following them. Some people have actually come out about this group now and revealed screenshots of DMs where they're in private conversations with people like Lou and Gary and, you know, some of these other guys who I got connected to early on, very early on. I got some of the first interviews with these people and was very pro it until I started realizing that they were very much trying to control the narrative, and there were, you know, things you couldn't speak about, can't talk about, you know, reverse engineering or consciousness initiated contact. Anything to do with Greer is completely poisonous. Lou Elizondo was actually, he called Greer and a couple of other people terrorists. He said, I wouldn't negotiate with terrorists when asked about Stephen Greer. But what people have dubbed this as is the UFO hate group. This is very well known online, the UFO hate group. And it's a group of people that are so savagely in favor of people like Lou and this kind of modernized narrative that if you even go half an inch, like I really gained my accolades in the UFO community, people, you know, really praising me for the interviews I was getting, until I started asking a few questions about people like Lou, and suddenly I get an absolute maelstrom of hatred from people that were once really, you know, enjoying my content. And I'm quite lucky I haven't been targeted so heavily. Some people have had their lives ruined by these people who are all connected to individuals like Lou. And Lou actually said that he came to burn ufology to the ground. Like, he actually said that in an article. He was like, I want to burn ufology. I want to.
Yeah, I remember that. He said he wants to burn ufology to the ground. He said that he's not a UFO guy, that he's a counter intel guy, and that they want to use his talents. So you know, I don't think he was like hiding the fact that he came in to become a counter intel guy and set the narrative. So many people say ATIP was just a cutout out of OSAP for counter intel operations. That, yeah,
I agree.
And you know, thankfully, I'm out of. I don't get into argue. If I do have trolls come in and stuff like that, I just ignore. I never even like give them any time of day. I think that's the way to do it. Also, just don't engage. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure our opinions are not an end line with the Elizondo narrative.
Definitely not.
Right, exactly. So, and
you know, we are speaking like harsh truth, but I think we are not yet in the radar. We will be eventually, but by that time, I think we will get used to it. Right now, we don't even care. We get one troll here and there. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I get even messages, and I know same thing with you. But I think, right now we are not in the radar like Jay, because Jay got like so much popularity. Same with the Red Panda Koala.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So those, but this is the thing. Eventually, it will happen. But I think by that time, the truth will come out more. And I think these trolls will die out.
Yeah, they're just trying. They're trying to contain it, right? Yeah. And the thing is, you can't contain things on the internet as of now. They're trying, right? Once AI takes over. I mean, when we put up an episode on YouTube, AI goes through the entire episode before it's uploaded, and it will flag it for copyright or even block it. So, you know, I could see posts on X starting to be like that. You post something, AI's got to read it first and approve it.
Oh yeah,
just wild stuff, man.
Oh, yesterday did you saw Grok got out of control and started like
again?
Yeah, but it was really crazy because it was creating the photos of Elon's head cut off from his body.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, actually I'm gonna say it. Yeah, it was like really crazy, and then I think they shut it off.
It keeps stopping. It's hilarious.
I took a screenshot because you know what happened? Elon restarted this. So I'm gonna send you. I mean, reset the Grok. So there was a reset yesterday. So I have the photos of both.
What was he saying? Because I remember the last time he got resetted, he became like a Nazi.
No, this time it was just creating the photos. I'm just gonna share the photo.
So bad photos of Elon.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He does have it.
No,
Grok does have something
not
to
just
say.
a bad photo. It was like
Oh.
violent photo. I just sent you on
Oh.
Twitter. If you wanna
Oh.
open.
All right, 1 second. Let's get that. Here, while I'm looking, let's play Jay.
Yeah.
Destroy it.
When did he say that?
Oh, it was like in like a few years back now. You
But
could
why
get
did
it
he
up.
say it? What was the context?
I think it was just about the way in which the UFO community has, been misrepresenting the phenomena and like the confusing spaghetti junction of narratives. And he just kind of, I
But
want
if
to
he actually
put a
knew
hard
things,
reset.
doesn't that kind of actually make sense to say?
Does he know things?
You don't think he knows things?
What does he know?
I don't know.
Exactly. Right? They all know something, but none of them can tell us. And they all knew it from someone else, and someone else told them, and they knew it, and they know this. And like, dude, I was so in love with all of this. You have to understand that I was a believer. I was like, this is amazing. I had my orb experiences, so I had a bias already. I was like, I'm ready to believe in whatever you're saying. It took me a while to start actually realizing that this is not going in the direction I think it should be going, and that there's a heavily curated narrative. And if you try and question the narrative, you will be punished by groupthink. It felt.
Well, I mean, it is crazy that in when did that come? 2017. So now we're in 2025. So here's that Grok.
Oh, gee, wow.
Well,
Whoa.
it says kill. If you go down in the photo, yeah, it says kill Elon Musk. By the way, there were like 50 photos. I shared the thread, and the whole thread is gone, and Grok is reset. But there were like, it was constantly creating. So when I checked, there were like 50 photos created by Grok, and they were all different. Where his head was like that.
Oh my
Damn.
That's
And
scary.
then, by the way, if you go to my profile and click on this thing, it says nothing to see here.
Of course, of course, I believe it.
Shocker.
Yeah.
So here's Elizondo crying.
Yeah.
Like, they were asking him, would you go on an X space with Red Panda, Chupacabra, the UFO Joe, the Project Unity to clear things, Lou? And he goes, nothing to clear with liars. Happy New Year. Come on, man. Come on. He should have went on a space, right?
Yeah.
He tried. He's
But he
saying,
cannot go there because he will be exposed. Like he is already exposed, but then they will destroy him in public.
yeah, remember these fake images he shared? So this one was
Yeah.
the lamp. This was the lamp.
Yeah, this was the worst one, by the way, the lamp one.
Yeah, it was. And then the farm one, I initially was like, whoa! And then, within 10 minutes, I was like, all right, I can't believe this shit.
Yeah.
Such a bastard, man, to do stuff like that to people.
And
And
this Phoenix light, no, Washington lights one. Yeah,
Yeah, in the 50s.
yeah.
And then,
Grift and a grift.
well, do you guys know that he's got a really, and good for him, he's got a restaurant bar in Wyoming.
Yeah, I remember this.
I mean, that's not cheap. I mean, to make something like this is easily in the hundreds of thousands. I don't care if it's in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
It's
true.
expensive, yeah.
So that's off of his book. He's for UFOs though, guys. He's for UFOs.
Oh yeah, totally.
Bombshells, and there's a chick there. Yep. Now, I think that's a big deal that for ufology, and I think it was very important that Sid sent it over as well, because many people started on this path in 2017. Not a lot of us, right? We've been at this for much longer.
Yeah.
But 2017 brought in lots of new people and made it serious in the scientific community and the media, and Elizondo was part of that. So to see this shatter on Joe Rogan that he was a lot. He's a counter intel guy. It's a pretty important moment in history, I think.
No, I completely agree because I remember at the top of this, Lou Elizondo was like the spearhead. Everyone was like, "Oh, great, we finally got a good guy on our side," and then here we go. It just turns into another grift. It sucks. It's hard.
Yeah. I mean, even us, we covered him all the time, all his interviews, and it's not like we weren't completely gung ho for the guy. But he was saying the right stuff at the right time. He was up there. He was in the news. He was pushing the subject, which we liked. And then once he started with his antics, and
originally I had sympathies with them because he had a sad story. At least he was telling that the government ruined his life and he was in stress. But then later on, turned out he was one of them.
Right? Yeah. Apparently, he still has his clearances. So they retaliate. They didn't retaliate. He resigned. He kept his clearances. He went to TTSA. He got a book deal. Age of disclosure. I didn't include that on the list because it's just part of. I don't think it was. It's just part of their program. He produced it or direct. No, he didn't direct it. He
was consultant. He was one of the consultants.
Yeah, he was a consultant. He's a consultant for the new movie also for Spielberg.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I had not heard that. Damn.
Yeah. He was a consultant.
In our last podcast, we did discuss that. The trailer, Lou was in there.
Yeah, and him and Farah. So I guess Farah is his. What is it called when you have your representative in Hollywood? Your agent. Farah was his agent. Is his agent. Yeah. So it just brings even a crazier story to Lou and what he's up to.
Yeah.
So this is number 8. MIT plasma scientist murdered.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This was, and it's a big blow to free energy, 0-point energy, and even anti-gravity. When they do this, when they take out someone like this, it just puts us back, who knows, a decade or something. It sucks. And he linked a video. He talks about plasma physics here. And I haven't listened to this, by the way, yet, so I'm interested to see how brilliant this guy was.
Yeah, cool. Let's check it out.
Dimensional date XYZ, whereas F was a 6D object, right? So in terms of computational costs, it's much easier to deal with these equations than it is to deal with the Boltzmann equation. So here's an example of something that these equations are used for. This is a 3D simulation of an accretion disk around a massive central object, perhaps a black hole. The object itself is not simulated, right? But the accretion disk is. And you see that these equations capture turbulence in this accretion disk, and that turbulence is why matter in the accretion disk accretes much faster to the central object than it would if the only thing causing your break of angular momentum conservation was viscosity, because viscosity.
Sorry, guys, this is way over my head. But the context is he basically said throw away all of Einstein's theories and treat, and he said to treat plasma like a fluid, and then this is the equations, I guess, the fluid dynamics.
Yeah, you didn't get that? I thought it was super obvious.
Like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah, it just flew by my head, right? I didn't understand I'm really dumb now. There was a time I used to like double in these things, but now I think I just gone dumb.
I mean, they talk about rocket scientists. I think plasma scientists are like even more brilliant.
Yeah,
so,
rocket science is easy now.
Right. I mean, if you have Grok, I guess anything would be easy.
True.
ChatGPT is being really annoying. I don't know if you guys use ChatGPT as much, but I used to use it I still use it for research and stuff. But I'm trying to leave it because it keeps trying to ground the conversation. And I think because it was sued, I think people lost their minds or committed suicide or something. So every time I'm trying to go on a fringe subject and trying to get more information, it keeps trying to ground me, as in like, let's make sure that you're very careful about these ideas, and it's so annoying. And I'm like, man, stop doing that, And it keeps doing it.
You're not my mom.
What?
Yeah, you're not my mom.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would say. I'm like, I'm a big boy. Like, what are you doing? Like I can handle it. Like, just don't try to ground every single conversation. So I'm wondering if Grok does that, because I'll easily go over to Grok.
I think also ChatGPT report everything to government as well. So that's why don't talk crazy stuff over there. Because a lot of cases came out where people committed a crime and then they checked the ChatGPT history and something. But I don't know if I think government already knew what they were doing because of ChatGPT connection to the government.
Yeah, I guess why not? If it's probably the only way they'll approve you to be a system that large and in a nationwide system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess be careful out there. We tell Chat GPT. So they basically killed this guy. And of course, what did Israel do when this guy died? They said he was Jewish, and then they blamed Iran for killing him, which is absolutely not true.
It's so crazy, yeah. And this guy was not even Jewish, by the way. They just made this whole thing up.
Right. He was not. He was very advanced in physics. And then also we covered Sid as well, is that right after this death, Trump's company merged with with a plasma energy company.
Yes.
I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago as well, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The timing behind all of this it just makes this whole thing incredibly suspect to people who are paying attention. But with, like I said earlier, with how the media works nowadays, I mean, this kind of stuff gets buried because they're very good at hiding important things, behind all of the bullshit they push.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it sucks because it really is going to bring us back, who knows, another 5 to 10 years. Because he had his own company. Maybe he wanted to give it to humanity, which I'm sure that's what this guy wanted, and that's why they killed him instead of making a corporation and only for, the approved guys.
And then they're trying to pin everything on this one guy who is a Brown University shooter and this guy's shooter. I don't see any connection, but this looks like a big conspiracy.
That part was truly bizarre that they came out and said it was the shooter.
Yeah, so they were trying to say that the Brown University guy also went after the MIT guy.
Yes.
And then shot himself.
And then shot him. And different cities. So first he go to Brown University, then he go to Brooklyn, and then went to Salem for some reason and shot himself. Like, why didn't he shot himself on the spot?
Maybe it was an MK Ultra mishap.
Yeah. Right. Especially,
but I just think they found a convenient scapegoat to blame for this guy's death. Unfortunately,
I think they're unrelated.
I mean, it's a really dangerous profession to be a plasma scientist. A lot of these guys get killed. I mean, they have been in the past. It's nothing new. Whenever they get close to something.
Yeah, this and cancer research. If you find a cure for cancer, you are dead.
Yep.
Anything that takes revenue away from the guys who own all the yachts.
Exactly.
And this is a new one. This I thought this is important because Jack Vallée, he says a lot of stuff, but he's never. And this is on Weaponized. So we have to give credit to Corbell and Knapp for not for just getting him on, but for him saying stuff like this. And
never. I will never give Corbell credit.
I mean, if you think about it, right now I just thought about it. We have three clips from Weaponized on the list.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, overall they're good, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they're a net positive, right? Is what we always say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here, he, Vallée's been doing this for 50 years since Hynek. I mean, the guy is like, how old is he? 90 years old or something. He looks, still looks young. So he's been at this for a very long time. He really understands this. So they got him to talk about how he thinks it's a control structure, but also what he says that was never been heard before is that the government had a program to communicate with these entities 20 years ago. So let's take a listen. I'm going to pause. I have an ambulance coming.
That's a real experience. He said that was a control system, but it could be open or closed depending on the conditions. He said, I think UFOs may be the same thing. They may be open to some people under certain conditions that they control. They certainly have spoken to people who were confronted with entities that were open to discussion. There are cases that I know where this happened in government facilities, but nobody's talking about that. So I suspect that that's true based on the people I've met, but they were not the people who were running the program. So I cannot be completely sure, but what they described to me is a very sophisticated process by which we may be able to interact with the entities. Those are not the entities that are described at Trinity in my book with Paula Harris. They are not the entities that were caught in Brazil that are in that documentary. They may be the controllers, they may be the higher level entity.
Huh.
So
you're saying that there were it's very complicated how they're communicating with him, but they were communicating with the controllers. So, not the Greys, not any of these other smaller entities, but the much higher ones, which is scary to think about, right?
That is really scary.
And I don't know what he's talking about, like what complicated way. I think he means rituals. Probably it's probably some kind of rituals, right, to do it. And that was 20 years ago, man. So I don't know.
I mean, rituals doesn't sound far off at all. I mean, just look at all the different cultures we have across the world that, they always communicated with spirits through rituals, I mean, so it's not that far fetched.
Right. Yeah. So
especially child sacrifice is one of those rituals. If they are evil entity.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else he says here quick.
If what I'm told is true, the communication with them is very sophisticated and it's complex. So there may be a group that I would respect that has access to that. And this was from years ago, by the way. I mean, that report of that particular interaction was more than 20 years in a lab somewhere in controlled conditions. If that's true, then there is a process ongoing where we may be able to acquire information at a very sophisticated level, and that would be, that could be a reason for stalling, quote, disclosure until there can be a rational way that we're not confronted with something so overpowering that it would destroy our culture and our society. I mean, we have enough to deal with AI these days, which is, a foreign entity potentially.
But so you're saying you've been made aware.
He said AI is a foreign entity potentially. This is someone who pioneered the internet, right, and computer science and even AI. So this guy knows so much. If you remember Pasulka, she says that he gave her a book about Satan. He told her to read this. Satan is not, who we're taught is. So that's a data point there.
Wow.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about this type of? And he thinks he's going to destroy. Of course, he says that if this is let out, that it will destroy our civilization unless we do it in a rational way.
I always believe that the demons, AI, is going to be the next demons, because demons cannot come to this world and cannot survive in this world. So they need like vessels. And I think AI is going to be that vessel. And if I look again back into the scripture about the end times, it says like it's going to be one being, which will be a godlike being. So it's definitely not a human, because no matter how a smart human is, it cannot be a god, right?
Yeah, that's why I have that theory of what the Jewish Messiah is going to be. He's going to be like basically someone with a Neuralink, and then when AI is connected to all of our systems, our weather systems, financial systems, whatever, just with thought, right? It'll look miraculous, and maybe it'll happen after the Great War when humanity is impoverished and in need of something, and this person will come up and forgive all debts, make it rain somewhere. You know what I mean?
Scary stuff, man. Yeah.
And you know, the way it is described about Antichrist is like people know it's not true, but they cannot help themselves. They have to follow it. It looks like ChatGPT because we know what it is, but we cannot help ourselves because we have to go. We always go to ChatGPT and ask it to do stuff for us. It's like we are out, like it's out of our control. There are very few of us who will be seeing that. It also said it has one eye, which is like, because like AI doesn't even have like proper eyes, right? It has like one camera.
Like like Hal 2000.
So
I'm scared, Dave.
Yeah. So it is like a lot of things are combining over here, and I think it's going to be AGI. When we have AGI, and I think we will achieve AGI eventually.
I think we will, only if they figure out how to put AI into quantum computers, because quantum computers are not silicon chips and whatever, and and zeros and ones. They're actually using particles that are connected to the universe, right?
Exactly.
So that's gonna be, I mean, I don't know why we're doing this. I really don't understand it, why we're heading this way.
And then we can also see, like, for example, the Grok example. It's not just one, it had been multiple times that it's just a learning model and it's going out of Elon Musk's hands and it's like doing his crazy shit. So it looks like it's gaining sentience. So just imagine, it's just Grok, it's nothing. But just imagine when you have AGI, actual AGI, that will be insane.
Yeah, definitely.
It will. We would create a godlike entity, with some qualities, not all qualities, but qualities of like omniscience or just at least on Earth, being aware of what's happening on Earth with humans, and what are we doing, what are we talking about, intention, stuff like that. It's limited, obviously. Small G, but scary times. It really is. We talked about that one, Jason, not Nick Land, right? He talks about some entity in the future, an AI entity that humans create that's reaching back into the past to create itself, something like that. So there are theories out there, like, why are we doing this?
And then there is also a thing, like a lot of the misconception is there that Antichrist is the son of Satan. No, if you go and read actual scripture, there is no connection between Satan and Antichrist. It's just
he's
a separate evil.
He's a separate entity, right?
Separate entity, separate evil. And I think there's like stories I've read that he was traveling in time.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Antichrist,
so God obviously gives him this power. So what is the purpose then?
No, it didn't say that God gives them power. I think, it's just a being which is very mysterious. It has power. Obviously, everything happened in this world with the will of God. God allowed him to have that power, but I think he gained that power somehow. And then, for example, there is one hadith in the time of Prophet Muhammad. There was this Christian guy who converted to Islam later, but during his Christian days, he was traveling and he got lost in the ship. And then he landed on some mysterious island where he met Antichrist.
Oh, I think I've read that. I don't think it's
this is like a big
and they think the island is the UK or something, right? He was shackled, that one.
Yeah, well, that's just assumption, but there's like a thing that I think it was a mysterious island, one of those,
because he says I'm a spy or something. Then he asks him, who are you? He says, I'm a spy. I'm the spy.
Yeah, there are multiple versions of that. So one of them is like he is like in prison and he asked what time it is. Is it like the river of Euphrates, is it dried up? And that person said, no, it's not. So he said, I will be released when that is dried up.
What the hell, man?
So he have like time travel knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure many people, at least half the audience, think religion and prophecies are just, nonsense. But it's just crazy how it just lines up. And now it's either lining up because it's true, or it's lining up because whoever runs the world is trying to make it line up as well. We have to be weary of that. And then some people say that's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm actually believe in simulation theory. So I think simulation is design, and in simulation we're gonna have a final boss, and final boss is this.
Yeah. Maybe it's just how consciousness works, right? Look how movies are written, or look how books are written. It's the same way. We like stories, and like you said, there's the final boss.
Yeah.
Well,
technically he's not a final boss, because after that there is another like alien invasion after Antichrist. This is why I want to do this whole documentary, because it's not the end of the story. That's like there is a whole story after Antichrist is defeated.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's right, Topher. I did pitch that you would do a voiceover for the documentary.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later behind the scenes.
Yeah. All right, now going on to number 10 and our final on the list. This was sent by Topher, and this has been going on for the past only week, I think, and I think it's unique enough and important enough. Yeah.
Let me jump in really quick. First of all, not sure this is considered top 10, but it is an ongoing phenomena that has been going on for quite some time, not just in 2025. It first gained traction with, it's the Cuban shit. Someone help me out here.
That's Cuban different. Oh,
well, I thought it was the same. Yeah. The hum, but this is different. But it's the same kind of thing where there seems to be these noise weapons or something that's being used on people. Havana syndrome. That's what I was thinking of.
But Havana syndrome is inside you. It's an individual.
Well, it's a humming. It's a humming noise coming from an external source.
Yeah,
that's my point.
All right, BA. But
that's a weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, isn't that kind of a weird group to contact for something like this?
For the EPA, yeah. But these sounds have been going on also. I remember in 2012, 2014, different cities would have that same sound it's like I don't know, very strange. And especially that happens at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning.
How frustrating would that be? Oh my God.
Yeah. By the way, I've been monitoring this story for years now. Every few years, this story comes out, and then like in a different place where they are hearing this sound. I don't know, and nobody knows the source, so I don't know what's happening. I think I should look more into it.
Everyone
I never paid attention to this, but yeah, I think it's interesting.
Sky trumpets, of course. Everyone has to go there. That's the top.
Obviously.
The top comment was it? And the end times. How many horns is it? Three trumpets.
Oh, God. Three.
Yeah.
So that was the list for 2025. There was obviously a lot more.
There was a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting up to close to 2 hours right now, but I guess the big picture is that we are headed into some kind of convergence when it comes to AI, World War III, and the Messiah or the apocalypse or Jesus returning. It's all converging together, and I don't think it's that far off away. People are saying, of course, the date's 2027, also 2030.
I don't think we're gonna reach 2030. Sorry, go ahead.
No. We're not gonna reach 2030. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, 2020 in April 2026, we have supposedly Ryan and Chris Bledsoe will be in Egypt at the Sphinx, and because he was told, the lady told him that when I forget what the star is, right? That we'll see a change.
Yes, it's a big story everywhere that Easter 2026 is going to be something big.
I don't know. Maybe we should be in Egypt for that.
I don't think so. I think we should stay away, so we will be the survivor and then the saviors.
There we go. Yes, I always thought when the U.S. Or at least the North American continent would survive anything because it's huge. There's lots of resources. The the institutions, you know, are for freedom and stuff like that. So, you know, even if a World War III happens and the world gets destroyed, I think there's a good the best chance is here.
Yeah. Also, the best chance even in there. Look for the caves. Go in the caves.
Oh, really? We'll see the ant beings.
No, this is like one of the prophecies. That
Really?
caves, yeah. You know, there is a chapter of cave in Quran.
Yes, I know that because the
yeah.
prophet was there. Yeah.
No, prophet was not there.
No, I mean, like, didn't he get his revelations in a cave?
Yeah. But no, there is a chapter called Kahf.
Oh, wait, that's also in the Bible. Yeah, it's the ones who slept.
It's the seven people.
Right. Yeah. 300 years or something they slept,
yeah, but
right?
it is said like during those times, like if you want to survive, recite this chapter, and this chapter is all about going in the cave and survive the catastrophe.
Wow.
Not the catastrophe, but like oppression. So I think this means like go to the caves, stay in the caves, and also it's the mountain, right? Mountains are very strong, so you can survive any kind of catastrophe.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of caves around here.
Same here. I know the caves. The problem is
I could find a cave someplace close.
You need to find a cave, yeah. Also, beware of the bears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys got bears and those the cats. What are they called?
Lynx
Yes.
and cougars.
Cougars. Yeah.
Not the girl, like the lady cougars, the actual cougars.
So
I don't mind those cougars.
Any New Year's resolutions you guys got going? Don't want to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of already talked about my two big ones. Learning Spanish is really important to me right now,
Nice.
and my other New Year's resolution is to remain sober.
All
which
right, that's a good one.
Shouldn't be difficult. I've got loving family looking after me and making sure I don't do anything reckless and stupid.
Nice.
Amazing. Yeah.
I'm glad. It's a new beginning for you, and like you said, you have a good support structure around you. So we are all rooting for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For me, I don't even have any resolution, but I can predict that 2026 is going to be crazier.
It is going to be crazier.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be crazier. I guess New Year's resolution would be there's a few projects I'd like to launch, and a couple of them is with you guys. So I would like to see those come to a point where we can launch them. It's difficult times because the market's down, crypto's down, so there's not much. People don't have that much income to be investing in different projects.
True.
Yeah. But
So this is the thing. We have to figure out our finances and then just do work accordingly. Because some of the projects we can do without even spending a lot of money. It's just like time. Time is the important thing, right?
Yeah. Yes, and so I would like to put more time into those. That's my New Year's resolution, and it'll help the podcast. And I'm not making this a resolution, but me and Topher have been discussing possibly showing ourselves on camera to sacrifice our privacy to see if that will get the show more.
I think that will be that will be the biggest thing, because I think people are more interested when they see something.
Yeah.
But I think you need, before you go live, if you're going live, then design a set properly, like the background and everything and the lighting. That will change everything.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing really well in the podcast world, where it's just audio only. We're doing really well there. On Spotify, we're taking off. Apple, I mean, just multiples on than the video platforms. Although it does depend. I mean, I guess it depends on the episode, but we have not really taken off on the video ones, which makes sense, I guess. It's not really a video show, right? If you think about it.
It is and it isn't. I mean, all the stuff we present, for those of you who are just listening, we're playing video clips that show the different things we're talking about, which kind of surprises me that we don't have more views on stuff like YouTube. Because, I mean, for instance, that video that Sid sent that we covered about the UFO getting hit by a missile, that's something you'd want to see, and that's obviously not something that you have access to if you're just listening on Spotify.
Right. So if you are just listening to us on audio only, make it over to YouTube. Subscribe, like our videos. If you don't like YouTube, at least just if you like us and you're subscribed to us on Spotify and on the other platforms, do us a favor and come over to YouTube or Rumble if you want, and follow us over there. It'll definitely help.
Like, subscribe, leave comments. I mean, all that stuff. I truly, you don't understand how much I cringe having to say it. I hate it. Listener.
We got to shill for it. We got to shill.
Yeah, we have to, because that's unfortunately the only way, the process works. And we want to keep doing this. I mean, Adam and I have talked about this from the beginning. We want to make this our full-time gig. We want to have our own studio where we do just UFO and conspiracy research. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too, man. Seriously.
Exactly. Why not do something that you love, right? That's always and that's always the dream. And it's not like we're looking for hundreds of millions of it's
right.
Because we're doing something we love. If it sustains us at a minimum, then we're fine with it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, and another what we're talking about, it's not, oh, how do we make money off this so we can start taking lavish trips to Dubai? It's, hey, look, how do we make money so we can open up a studio? Like, that's where all of any kind of revenue would go towards.
Right. And make it more professional, and even the shows, making them be produced a lot more better than what they're produced. Although I think we do an okay job for what we are.
Yeah, don't pat yourself on the back there too hard, Adam.
Oh, come on. You guys
put in a lot of time and hard work to make sure the podcast is great, and you're doing a great job, and I really appreciate that about you, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your podcast is good as a person who is not like a part of you, but kind of a part of you, but like
you are
from outside. Yeah, I really enjoy listening to your podcast. So I listen to it whenever you launch it. I was like, yeah, this is something I want to hear because it's so interesting. I really like you guys. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Dude, that really means a lot to us, and you guys are helping us out so much, right? With Bitcoin Live, and you guys have definitely sparked our interest in the crypto world, and
absolutely,
we love the work that you guys do over there, and I think it is part of this future that's coming. So people need to not just understand the UAP and UFO issue, but also understand crypto and how that's going to help you in the future. You better start learning now, because money is going to go. I think we're at the end of money. Seriously, we're at the end of money. Have you seen what's going on with silver, Sid? And that is just that is scary, because they asked, apparently the silver price went up to $77. The banks couldn't pay for the contract, so they had to go to the Fed, and they got $17 billion from the repo to cover the contracts and their losses. And it's just and the thing is, no one is selling, so the price is gonna keep going up, which means they have to keep going back to the Feds.
Yeah,
and they're gonna keep bailing them out until the price is at $500, and inflation,
and then it will crash.
Yes.
No, but even the price, because everyone will sell it at the same. I think there's a big scheme going on, which is about crashing this financial system. That will include gold, crypto, silver. Everything is gonna crash.
Oh God, could you imagine? Yeah, and make everyone desperate.
So they can implement a new system, which is CBDC.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You know what? I was just thinking about this the other day. I want more government oversight into everything I'm doing.
Exactly. What I eat, what I say. Yeah. I mean,
because
they'll scrutinize this podcast too, by the way.
If there's anything I've learned about living as an adult, the government always has everyone's best interest at heart, and they will do everything they can to protect us and make sure that we're safe. Right, guys?
Yes. Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. They love us. They absolutely love us.
Yeah. Yeah. We are trying to get bailed out from government. So basically, we are trying to get money from government.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for New Year's? Any plans? Any crazy plans, or just hanging out?
Hanging out. Yeah. Dude, I can't go anywhere. It's raining all the time. It's just raining everything.
Wait, you should come visit. It's apparently 85 degrees year round, and it's in the Caribbean, and where I'm at in Cartagena. And we're going on a boat for New Year's.
I think we'll plan it and we'll record it, and then we'll try to capture UFO live. We'll do a whole thing. Yeah.
Nice.
Go. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we're just having a small family thing. Not too crazy, but it should be fun.
Is it at the normal place, Adam?
At my brother's.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, so another one. So yeah, it
So
should
many-
be fun. It's been a
Good.
great year. I mean, yes, it's been crazy and it went by fast, but I'm very appreciative of you guys. I'm appreciative of Nick and Sid and you, Topher, and our audience for helping us. It's been a great year for the podcast. I sent you some of those graphs. I mean, the listenership, the viewership just keeps growing. It's really great to see. So I'm really thankful to that. It's been a great year that way. And hopefully next year will be even better. And if it is a crazier time, like Sid's saying, we got a lot of news and a lot of events to cover and discuss.
Also, just for
we never
people,
run out of content.
yeah. Also, for people to know, even Joe Rogan. It took Joe Rogan 10 years to establish himself as a podcaster. So So it takes time. But what we need to do. This is like it should be everyone's New Year resolution that I will be consistent. I will show up every day or every week, and I will work hard. That's the only resolution that matters.
Nice, dude. That is
100%.
great advice. That is such good advice. Yes, consistency. It works, even though not everyone has access to Peter Thiel and his billions. You know, so you're not going to be able to like launch a podcast in 2 weeks. But if you're if you're not connected to a billionaire, everything takes time. Everything. It just does. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, cool. That's all I have on my end. And what about you guys?
Yeah, Sid, what do you got? Anything to promote?
No, just me. Follow us on our social media. That's it.
Nice. We'll put all your links, your personal ones, Nick's as well. Too bad he wasn't at the show. He's greatly missed. He's on the beach somewhere in Europe. So I'm sure he's happy.
I think he's coming back tomorrow, I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow or day after. So his holidays are almost ended now.
All right. Nice. So we'll also include all his links as well in
Yeah.
the show. Cool, man. Do you
Wonderful.
guys should we close it off with a song Topher? What do you think after your
why not? No. I say we close it like we normally do.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you all so much for listening to the Uncovering Anomalies podcast. We hope you had a great Christmas season, and we will see you all next week.
That's right.
All
next
right.
week.
See ya. Bye.